सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुकारस्त्वन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। प्रश्नोत्तर। ॐ ईशावास्यम् इदं सर्वम् यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीथाः मा घृतः कस्य स्विद्धनम्। In our Bhashya book, page 15, this book, page 15, एवम् ईश्वरात्मभावनया युक्तस्य पुत्रादि एषणात्रय संन्यासे एव अधिकारः न कर्मसु। For that person who is yukta, who is blessed with this, endowed with yukta, endowed with this bhavana, this contemplation, this attitude of Ishvara Atma, the self, the true self. I am the Tattva, the truth of Ishvara also. All that is here is Ishvara and that is Brahma. I am that Brahma. Iti Ishvara Atma Bhavanaya Yuktaha. One who is endowed with this Bhavana, this attitude, one who takes to this deliberately in the beginning and then naturally as a culmination of this practice. The person does not subscribe to Dehatma Bhavana. Deha Atma, body is me. This is Dehatma Bhavana. This attitude, this idea, and based on this idea, making choices and all that, that is the Dehatma Bhavana. That leads to samsara only. Dehatma Bhavana leads to samsara, a life of limitation, frustration, suffering only. And Deha Atma na bhavati. Deha is not Atma, Deha is the Upadhi, the adjunct, an instrument, etc. So, a person by understanding, by proper enquiry based on the teaching, that person learns to give up this idea that I am the body, body is me, body is equal to I. This bhavana, this attitude, the person gives up. At least gradually is able to give up. Then what is the holding on to what? The person is able to give this up. Holding on to Ishvara bhavana, Ishvara atma bhavana, not Deha atma bhavana, but Ishvara atma bhavana. So Bhashyakara, Ishvaratma Bhavanaya Yuktasya, for that person who is endowed with this idea, this vision, this understanding, and this, based on this, the practice, the attitude. So the whole thinking process undergoes a change. The outlook is different, and the thinking is different, and therefore the value structure is based on this vision, and the responses are different, right? The quality of responses is different. So the person undergoes a transformation. The Chidabhasa, the Jiva undergoes a transformation within. Or we can say the mind undergoes a transformation. Either way, it's okay. You say Jiva or the mind, it's okay. So, this is only Ishvara Atma Bhavana. Sarvam Ishvaraha. Everything is Ishvara's manifestation. Everything is Ishvara's glory. And in fact, everything is Ishvara. And I am that truth. And therefore, I am everything. I am the truth of everything. This bhavana, with this bhavana, one is yukta. For that person, there is no sense of lacking, wanting, incompleteness within, right? There is no personal unfulfillment anymore. The person keeps discovering the fulfillment for what one's true nature is. I am Atma, which is ever pure, ever free, ever fulfilled, limitless I am. And therefore there is no lingering sense of incompleteness, wanting, missing is not there anymore. And because of this is called kama. Technically this is called kama, a lingering sense of incompleteness, wanting. This is the kama here. Kama is not just a desire here, it's the very basis of all the desires. The fountainhead of all desires, the sense of wanting, incompleteness, that is there. And there is a pressure to overcome that, be free from that sense of wanting. Every person wants to be free from this sense of wanting, incompleteness. That is the kama. So where kama is there the urge to be free from the smallness will be there. And that triggers this kartrutva, the notion of doership. I am a doer, I am an enjoyer. This is caused by kama. So where there is avidya, there will be kama. Where there is kama, there will be karta. Where there is ignorance, avidya is there will be sense of unfulfillment will be there. Incompleteness will be there. And therefore the desire to be free from that unfulfillment will be there. That is kama. And then that triggers kartrutva, the notion of doership. I have to do this, I can do this, I can try this, all this in order to feel the fulfillment, to become happy. I am not happy now. To become happy, may I do this, may I try this. This kartrutva will be there for a person who is avidyavan. So avidya, kama, karma is called the avidya chain, avidya parampara, this is called. Whereas a person who discovers through vidya, through the upadesha, the teaching, that I am Atma, which is Brahma, which is ever free, ever fulfilled. There is no incompleteness as I am really, truly. So one who has discovered that avidya is not there, and therefore for that person kama, the sense of wanting incompleteness, will not be there, and therefore kartrutva, there is no reason, there is no basis for kartrutva to continue. Kartrutva as the characteristic of Atma, as oneself, will not be there. Right? I am the karta. That is, I is equal to karta. The truth value for the karta will not continue. What else may continue? Vadita anivritti may continue. Right? The anivritti, the continuation of this saying, statement, etc. I do this, I did this, I will do this, etc. may continue. But in that, there is no truth value. The truth value is taken away. There is only mithya value alone is there. Seemingly, yes, upadhihi karoti, then I say that I do it for the sake of simplicity, etc., for the sake of ease of transaction, and not to show off. No, you don't show off. You don't have to show off that I am a wise person, etc. You don't show off. So you say, you continue to use the same expression. Who did this? I did this. I am hungry. I am thirsty. I see. I understand. I don't understand, etc. All this may continue. But this is not the satya anivritti is not there. The truth value does not continue anymore. But then vadita anivritti will be there. As long as prarabdha is there, the karma shesha, karma is there, till then the vadita anivritti may continue. Let's suppose Janaka was seen as a jnani. Suppose somebody were to go and ask Janaka, hey Janaka, who is ruling Mithila, the country? Who rules Mithila country? I am the ruler. Janaka would definitely say, I am the ruler. So, you are the ruler, Janaka? That means you are a karta. I am not a karta. Then why are you the ruler? Vadita anivritti. As though I am the ruler. Okay? So, Janaka would say, I am the ruler, I am the king of this country, would say that. In fact, that's what he did. So, there is a continuation as long as karma shesha is there. So, that is the karma shesha for the jnani is not for bandha. It's not a hetu for bandha. It is only an Ishvara vibhuti. Karma is seen as Ishvara alone. And karma shesha is seen as Ishvara by the jnani. In the wisdom, everything is Ishvara. Karma also is Ishvara. And then any continuation of this karma is also Ishvara. Continuation of the body, mind, etc. Of course, imbued with wisdom, this also, the continuation of body also is Ishvara, and therefore there is nothing which is not Ishvara, and therefore karma also seen as Ishvara. That means there is no jivatvam is there. There is no jivatva in there. When Janaka says, I am the king of Mithila, after gaining wisdom, Janaka says, I am the king of Mithila, I am the ruler. When Janaka says, if Janaka says, that is only, there is no jivatva in that. There is only understanding. There is only Ishvara there in that. And therefore, there is no kama, there is no karma also. There is no kartrutva as a reality of the self of Atma. Alright. It is understood. And the kartrutva, anything that manifests, is only seen as a vibhuti, as belonging to the upadhi or belonging to Ishvara alone. Therefore, there is no kartrutva, there is no bhotrutva, and therefore Bhashyakara says, putradi yeshanatraya sanyase eva adhikaraha. The readiness is there. Readiness, the maturity is there. The vision is there, and therefore there is no yeshanatraya, the threefold binding desires are not there. Yeshana, binding desire, longing. What is this binding desire? A desire is binding desire if the fulfillment of it alone will make a person happy. The unfulfillment of which will make the person unhappy. This is the binding desire. If I have a desire for what? To have a cup of coffee. Okay. If you don't have the cup of coffee, will you feel unhappy? Na? Yes, I will feel unhappy and feel wanting, missing. If you have the cup of coffee, will you be satisfied? Yes, I will feel nice and happy. Then that desire can be called as binding desire, and in fact that is called as kama here. Alright, and therefore there is no binding desire. Yeshana is not there. And all the yeshanas, all the longings, desires that a human being may have, they are grouped into these three yeshanatraya, threefold desires. One is this putra yeshana. They are all upalakshana, they are all indicative. Putra yeshana. Second is vitta yeshana. And the third is called loka yeshana. Putra yeshana, vitta yeshana, loka yeshana. These three are mentioned in the Brahmavidyananda Upanishad. Putra yeshanayaha cha, vitta yeshanayaha cha, loka yeshanayaha vitthaya, atha vikshacharyam charanti, etc. Okay. So, putra yeshana. Putra is the progeny, son and daughter, children. Yeshana, the craving to have this progeny. This is born of a natural urge in the human being, in all living beings, and is there in the human being also. There is a natural urge to be a parent. Parenthood, there is a natural urge is there, and that expresses in the different ways. The parenthood urge to be a parent. They say that a person feels complete only when the person sees oneself as a parent, right? As a father, as a mother. Only then the individual feels complete. There is a physical urge also is there. Natural urge is there to be a parent. So this is a putra yeshana. And this is born of this nature, the swabhava, the prakriti, this is there. With reference to one's own body and the mind. And then vitta yeshana is there, a longing, a want for material wealth, material possessions, vitta. So these material possessions, I want to have this, want to enjoy this, be the owner of this, experience this, etc., etc. These are all the vitta yeshana. I want more of this, more money, more power. I want to be famous. I want to be this and this. I want to have this, etc. Vitta yeshana. And then loka yeshana refers to the hereafter in general. The hereafter. I would like to be happy hereafter also. Not only here, but hereafter also. There is a innate inkling or an innate urge to see oneself as outlasting this body. Right? I don't die with this body. I exist after the body falls also. There is an inkling. There is an urge, there is an idea that I am nitya, I exist after death also. This is there. And then, alright, if I am there, then I would like to be happy. I would not like to suffer. I will exist after the body falls also, but I will be suffering. That is not seeking, right? That is not what one seeks. But then, what one seeks is that I would like to be happy even hereafter also. Okay. Like they do the insurance, they say, insurance, life insurance, they do. And then there is an afterlife insurance also I would like to do. Okay. Afterlife insurance also I would like to do. So what should I do? And then the scriptures point out the teachers, the saints, point out what to do in order to be happy for good, unabiding happiness, not only here, but hereafter also. That is the dharma is said, punya karma is prescribed. Do such actions which will cause only happiness, an abiding happiness, a lasting happiness, happiness for oneself and happiness for others also. That is the punya karma, a noble act which will produce the unseen merit, punya, it will produce. So, punya karma produces punya, and punya translates into sukha, happiness, now or later, or now and later. That is the punya karma. This is the loka yeshana. Alright. So, these three are character, we can say in a way, they represent the three Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, we can say in a way, they can fit. Putreshana can correspond to Kama. Then Vittayeshana may correspond to Artha, and Lokeshana corresponds to Dharma. So, Dharma, Artha, Kama is what is referred to as Putreshana, Vittayeshana, Lokeshana. Those Vyavaharika Purusharthas, those seeking, which are purely in the realm of transaction, relativity, that is the Vyavaharika Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama. These three. By these three, one seeks to discover the fulfillment in oneself. Having this, I will be fulfilled, I will feel alright, I will feel complete, happy. This is the Yeshanatraya. And this Yeshanatraya is there for a person who does not yet take to this vision, who does not own this vision of Atma being Brahma, Atma being the truth of all. For that person, these Yeshanas, the threefold longings, will be there. And the degree, the intensity of these desires may vary, the expression, the manifestation of these desires may vary at different times, differing intensities. And for different people, in different intensities. Right? Like the three gunas, the mixture of three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, they vary at different times in different people, okay, they vary. So to the intensity, degree of this Yeshanatraya may vary, but nevertheless they are there. Vary with time, vary with the situation, vary with the person, this may be there, but they are there. As long as one takes oneself to be a deha, mind alone, body alone, then this Yeshanatraya will be there. Whereas for a person who is endowed with this attitude and vision that everything is Ishvara, Ishvara is Brahma, and I am that Brahma, so I am the truth of everything. For this person, there is no sense of lingering incompleteness, lingering sense of want will not be there, and therefore Vashakara says, Putradi Yeshanatraya Sanyase Eva Adhikaraha. The readiness, the fitness is to give up. In fact, it is not given up, it goes away. It goes away. Giving up is only sort of upachara, is only to deliberately initiate oneself into freedom. Initiation into freedom, this is the sannyasa. Discovery of freedom within. So, Yeshanatraya sannyasa eva adhikaraha. The person doesn't have any more sense of longing, binding desire is not there. Therefore, that pravritti based on desire will not be there. Okay? The pravritti based on Ishvara bhavana or kartavya bhavana, loka sangraha, etc. This may be there, but that is not binding. to help others, right? For the welfare of others, I do this. This pravritti may be there, but in that there is no kartrutva as real. There is no real kartrutva. There is no real bhoktrutva, and therefore sannyasya adhikaraha bhavati karmasu na. That person will not engage in activities with real kartrutva, with real bhoktrutva. Karma, when we say, one definition of karma is that which produces drishta and adrishta result, known and unknown results, known now, not known now, having now, not having now, drishta, adrishta results are there, and karma is seen as that which produces drishta and adrishta results for the doer. Right? Kartuhu punya kartuhu for the karta, drishta adrishta phala janakam karma. Karma is defined as that which produces the drishta and adrishta result, known and unknown result for the doer. This is the one definition of karma. Drishta adrishta phala janakam karma. For whom? Kartuhu, for the doer. Whereas for the person of vision, for the person of knowledge, wisdom, there is no kartrutva as real, because there is no kama, there is no avidya. Avidya, kama, karma chain is not there as real for the person, and therefore this karma is not for the sake of nourishing oneself, nourishing one's ego, etc., but it is there only for the sake of loka sangraha, etc., maybe to be of help to others, for the welfare of others, the well-being of others. May others be happy, may others discover this fulfillment, and thereby they can be happy, etc. So the loka sangraha, etc., or Ishvara Ichha, you can say. These are all one and the same. Saying it as Ishvara Ichha, Ishvara's desire, Ishvara's will, the Lord's will, is the same as loka sangraha, etc. Or karma sesha, prarabdha sesha, these are all synonymous here. Okay, therefore, karmasu na adhikaraha, there is no kartrutva, there is no bhoktrutva, therefore, karmasu adhikaraha na bhavati. For whom there is this vision that everything is Ishvara, Īśāvāsyam idam sarvam iti. For that person, karmasu adhikaraha na. This is Bhashyakara gently reminds here that by saying sannyase adhikaraha karmasu na, meaning implies that these mantras are not connected to karma. Okay. Gentle reminder, but that is not the primary point made here. These are not connected to karma is not the primary point here. The point is that what is said here is Ishvaratma Bhavana. By that one is free, discovering the freedom, initiating oneself into discovery of freedom, abiding freedom, unconditional freedom. That is sannyasa. Okay. And then continues. Bhashyakara continues with the description of the mantras. And therefore, by saying this sannyasa adhikara, it connects to the tyaga, tena tyaktena, it follows. So it connects. Bhashya. Tena tyaktena tyagena ityarthaha. The mantra tyaktena is there. That means tyagena. Tyaj, dhatu, tyaj is the sense of giving up, forego, give up. This is the tyaj dhatu. So tyaga means giving up, foregoing, deliberately, not out of pressure, but out of fulfillment, understanding. This is tyaga. So here, tyakta, the word tyaktena is there. Tyaktena means, third case, tyakta means given up. Usually the word tyakta means given up. So they say tyaktam, vittam, tyaktam maya. They say, I have given up vittam, material possessions I give up. The notion of possessor I give up. This is the tyaktam, etc. And then this karma, dushkarma maya tyaktam, a bad act, a bad action I give up. This bad action I give up. Maya tyaktam, they say. So tyakta refers to what is given up usually. But here, what is given up has no meaning here. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, the tyaktena words mean tyagena, by giving up. That is what, not given up, but giving up. By this giving up, this tyaga. Tyagena, tena tyaktena means tena tyagena ityartha. By this tyaga, by this renunciation, by giving up. Why you say tyagena instead of tyaktena? The mantra says tyaktena. Why do you say it tyagena? They are synonymous. The word tyakta and tyaga are in the same sense. Give the same sense of tyaga, giving up. Tyakta also means give the sense of meaning of giving up. Okay. Even though tyakta gives the meaning of given up also, what is given up also it means, but here it means giving up is the meaning. What is the renunciation? Giving up is the meaning here. Why so? Why make a fuss about this meaning here? Bhashyakara says, Nahi tyaktaha mritaha tyaktaha mritaha putraha va bhrityaha va atma sambandhitayaha abhavat atmanam palayati ataha tyagena iti ayam eva vedarthaha. Because if we take the meaning of tyakta, given up, what is given up? What is given up? Given up means it amounts to mritaha, what is not there for the person anymore. Mritaha, dead. Mritaha means dead. Dead for the person, meaning not available for the person, not anymore available for use, for owning. Suppose I discard something, say I have some object in a packet, in a package, in a packing, and then I take the object out and then I discard the packing. It's not useful for me anymore. Tyakta. This cover is tyakta. That is an object which is given up, and that is as good as not available for me. So, before I give up, I should know what I am giving up. Okay? Do I have a value for what I give up? I must know. And then, having discarded, having thrown it away, oh, mistake kritam maya, I've done a mistake. That's not wisdom, that's not intelligent thing to do. So, it is better to check before discarding that one does not need it anymore, it is not useful anymore, or it is useless. Useless or not useful anymore. That's what we discard, we give up. Okay. So like even when we eat, we eat something and then certain things which we don't eat and then we just discard. Like that, it's given up. So what is given up? Right? Out of maturity, out of inquiry, after ascertaining its uselessness or uselessness anymore, right? Not useful anymore, then we discard. That object is not of any relation to us anymore, right? That means does not contribute to our happiness or otherwise anymore, okay? Does not make me happy, does not make me feel sad. That object has no connection with me. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, Tyaktaha mritaha. dead for the person, not available, it's not there for the person anymore. Mritaha. What is it that? He gives a sample here. Putraha va, Bhrityaha va. A child, a son or daughter, Putraha, or Bhrityaha, a servant, a maid servant, etc. Manservant, maid servant, Bhrityaha va. Tyaktaha, what is dismissed, what is discarded. That Atma Sambanditayaha Abhavat, there is no, it's not there. Abhava, it is not there. What is not there? Connection. Sambandha, Sambandita, connectedness with oneself. Atma Sambandita, being connected to oneself, that is not there anymore. Atma Sambanditayaha, sixth case, Atma Sambanditayaha Abhava, it is not useful anymore. Like even my dream, what I dreamt yesterday when I was sleeping. Okay? In my sleep I had certain dream, and when I wake up, I give up the dream, it's given up. I have no connection with the dream anymore. That is to say that the dream object, dream experience does not have any validity now anymore, it is not there. I won a lottery yesterday night, I won a lottery, million rupees, billion rupees I won. Not there anymore. Or I fell into a ditch in my dream and I was suffering. No meaning anymore. Tyaktaha it is. So, what is tyaktaha? Has no connection with the connectedness to oneself as contributing to happiness, usefulness, etc. That is not there anymore. And therefore, tyakta, what is tyakta? What is given up? One has no connection with that for happiness, etc. And therefore, tyakta, what is given up meaning is not, that cannot be of any use. Atmanam nahi palayati. It doesn't protect one's. It protects one, and that Atmanam nahi palayati. Ataha, and therefore, tyagena itieva vedartaha. Ayameva veda. This is the meaning of the word. Tyakta means tyaga. Yeah. So it is not, does not mean given up, but it means giving up. Okay? By renunciation. By giving up is the meaning. Tyaktaha. Alright. Because when you take the meaning given up, it has no connection. And it is connected. Tyaktena bunjitaha. They are connected. Tyaktena bunjitaha. Bunjitaha would mean, Bhashyakara says, as per that, bunjitaha. Palayethaha. Bunjitaha is the second person, singular, Atmanepada, Vidiling, Vachana. You see the Itaha is there, Vidiling, Atmanepada is the Pratyaya, Itaha, etc. Ita, Iyatam, Iran, and then Itaha, Iyatam, then what is the other one? Vidiling Pratyayas are there. Atmanepada is hidden. Okay. This one covers this. Ita, Iyatam, Iran, Itaha, Iyatam, Idvam, Ivahi, Imahi, Vidiling Pratyas. So, Bunjitaha, Buj Dhatu. The Dhatu Buj is in the sense of enjoying, experiencing, also protecting. Palana abhyavahara yoho. This is Dhatu Pata meaning. Palana, protecting oneself. And then abhyavahara means to eat, enjoy. A big word for eating. What are you doing now? So you want to say that I am eating now, but at the same time you want to convey that only to the person, not to others. What are you doing? I am doing abhyavahara. Great thing you are doing. What I am doing abhyavahara. Abhyavaharam karomi. I am eating khadami ityartha. That's all. Big word. Okay? You don't want everybody else to know that you are eating. I am eating. I am eating looks very cheap. I am abhyavahara karomi, abhyaharam karomi. Looks big. You are a pandita. Big word, abhyavahara. So the means of eating. Bhogaha, the word bhoga comes from this dhatu, bhuj. Bhoga, enjoyment, experience, etc. is there. So here the experience, enjoy, that is not the meaning here, because tyaga is there, right? Because tyaga is there. By giving up, you enjoy. By only having, I can enjoy something. How can by giving up, I can enjoy that, right? You throw the ice cream cup away, you throw the ice cream and then enjoy ice cream. Not possible. So therefore, tyagena bunjitaha, tyaktena bunjitaha, therefore the meaning will be only palayetaha. May you protect yourself. Atma rakshanam kuru. May you protect yourself. Protect from what? From samsara, from dukkha, from a life of misery, from a life of ever transient becoming, become from A to B, B to C, and then to Z, and then back to A, right? Ever endless becoming, in a life of endless unfulfillment, all the lingering unfulfillment. Temporarily we forget that unfulfillment, and only to come back to the sense of wanting, longing, unfulfillment later on. Okay. Of course, temporarily, now and then we forget, but then we go back to the old state. I am wanting, I am missing, I am not okay, I am sad, I want to be all right, I want to be happy, etc. That is the samsara. So, may one protect oneself from this infernal samsara. That is a bunjitaha, palayetaha, this is the meaning. Therefore, tyaktena bunjitaha, the meaning we have to see, we see it together. Palayetaha is there, bunjitaha is there, and the meaning of bunjitaha will be palayetaha only, protect yourself only, because tyaktena is there. And what would the word tyaktena mean? Not given up, but giving up. Okay? Tyaga would be the meaning. Why? Palayataha, bunjitaha is there. The meaning of tyaktena is fixed by the word bunjitaha, and the meaning of the word bunjitaha is fixed by the word tyaktena. Enjoy yourself by what is given up. That is not possible. Therefore, bunjitaha will only be palayataha. Right? And therefore, protect yourself. And protect yourself. And therefore, tyaga will be the meaning, not tyakta will be the meaning. Do you see this? Tyaktena, the meaning, the word tyaktena fixes the meaning of bunjitaha as protect yourself. Not enjoy yourself, but protect yourself. And the meaning of the word bunjitaha fixes the meaning of tyaktena as tyagena. Right? Because protect yourself by this giving up. Protect yourself by what is given up. That is not possible. Therefore, tyaktena bunjita. A good example where arriving at the proper meaning of the words in context. In the context of tyaktena, bunjitaha will mean palayetaha only. Not enjoy. Enjoy will not be the meaning here because tyaktena is there. And the word bunjitaha will mean palayataha because in the context of tyaktena. Mutually, they are helpful. An example where the proper mimamsa, where the proper meaning of the word is arrived at in the context of the related words. Okay. As long as I think myself to be a samsari, a miserable person, wanting, unhappy, dissatisfied, subject to hurt, etc., then I would like to be free from that, and that is not possible unless I hold on to the notion of karta, bhokta. As long as I think myself as a doer and enjoyer, and then as long as I think that I am a samsari, there is no freedom from samsara. Therefore, samsaritvam is the cause for samsara. Right? Kartrutvam is the reason for karma, and then bhoktritvam is the reason for sukha and dukkha. Therefore, I give up those notions, that is the tyagena. And this tyaga means what? As Bhashyakara said earlier, Ishvara Atma Bhavanaya is all Tyaktam. I give up. Holding on to owning or claiming, owning the higher truth about myself, I can give up the incorrect notions about myself. In the light of the truth of myself, I can happily give up, right? Not with pain. Happily I can give up. It's not like giving up a hand, etc., which is healthy. It is giving up something which is a hindrance, which does not contribute to the person anymore for fulfillment. Therefore, giving up, happily given up. In maturity, we give up happily. And therefore, that giving up, as I have mentioned earlier, giving up takes courage. The courage is the form of discovering, owning the higher truth about oneself. Right? Like even we give up our notion of a dreamerhood, and then our attachment to the pleasant dream objects when we are awake. As the waker, we give up the dreamer and the dreamt objects. Any attachment to the dreamt objects, dream experiences, we give up. In the light of the higher truth, the incorrect notions, errors, etc., we happily give up. And therefore, Ishvaratma Bhavanaya Tyaga, by Tyaga, Palanam, protection, protecting oneself from samsara. Continuing. Evam Tyaktaishanaha Tvam Maghridaha. Maghridaha is the next portion of the mantra. Tena Tyaktena Bunjitaha. Then Maghridaha is there. Incidentally, this Bunjitaha is in the second person, Madhyama Purusha. And also Gridaha, Maghridaha is also second person. The second person indicates that there is a person telling somebody. So, you give up. You protect yourself. You do not long for. You do not covet. You do not crave for. That is the second person is there. That means somebody is telling. And who is the somebody? Acharya, the Guru, is telling. To whom does this person tell? To the Sishya. Therefore, the Guru Sishya, Upadesha Krama, is understood here. Right? Even though there is no mention of a Guru, no mention of a Sishya is there. Unlike in Bhagavad Gita, in the Kathopanishad, there is no mention of a Guru or Sishya by name. But then, very clearly indicates that second person usage indicates that it is something told to someone, by someone to someone, right? By the Guru to Sishya, it is told. Okay. The Guru Sishya Sambhada is there. Okay. Alright. And then Bhashyakara says, Evam Tyakta Yeshanaha Bahuvrihi Samasa Tyakta Yeshana Yena. By whom? Yena. By whom? Yeshana Tyakta. Yeshana is given up. The longing is given up. The desires that the longing is given up. The wanting person, the seemingly wanting person is given up. Tyakta Yeshanaha. Tvam, you, Ma Gridaha. Ma Gridaha means what? Bhashyakara says, Gridhim Akansham Ma Karshihi. In our book, there is a correction. Gridhim Akansham. That Makara Anuswara should be there. Above Akanksha. Ksham, it should be second case. The object of Gridhi. Gridhim. Object of Dhanam. Therefore, Gridhim Ma Kuru. Gridhim Akansham Ma Karshihi. Ma means don't do. Don't do this longing. Don't have this longing. Don't have this coveting, desiring, etc. You give up. Ma Gridaha. May you not long for. May you not crave for. May you not covet, desire to possess. Ma Gridaha. Akansham is the meaning of Gridhim. Gridhim Akansham Ma Karshihi. Now it is said, May you not desire. May you not desire to possess, long for, etc. For what? Bhashyakara completes Dhana Vishayam with reference to Dhana, possession, wealth, possessions. Dhana Vishayam Gridhim Akansham Makarshihi. May you not possess this desire to, may you not desire to possess something. May you not covet wealth, etc. Dhana Vishayam Akansham Makarshihi. So again, this part of this Tyaga only. It was already said Tyagena, Tyaktena, Tyagena, Palayate, I have said. And following it, I have said Ma Gridim, Ma Gridaha. May you not covet any possession, wealth, etc. Why so? Why not covet? Because Dhana, etc., they do not make me happy unconditionally. Right? For long, forever, they do not make me happy. In fact, they do not have Sukha or Dukkha as their characteristic. Dhanam is equal to Sukham. Nowhere it is there. Or Dhanam is equal to Dukkham. That also is not there. Dhanam is not a Sukha hetu nor a Dukkha hetu. Then I feel happy when I have money, etc. I feel happy. You give me 10,000 rupees, I feel 32 teeth, I show. Okay. I go gaga. You give me 1 million, 100,000, I go ha ha gaga, etc. Dhanam is Sukha hetu. Sukha hetu is not wealth, it's not material, it is you. You discover in you the Sukha. And the possession, etc. is possessing is born of an idea here. I don't have this, I don't have this much, I will be happy, because I don't have this, I feel miserable, I don't feel okay, and I want to feel okay. I have this, I will feel okay. Okay? Is it understood? Okay. So, the Dhanam becomes a Sukha hetu because I see in myself a Dukkhi for want of this owning, this notion that I have this Dhanam, this notion is not there. I don't see in me the Dhanam, and then I have this notion, I don't have a Dhanam. And this notion of not having, I take it as to mean, I am not okay, I am not fine, I am sad, I am not satisfied because I don't have. Now when I have this, yes, that notion is gone, notion of not having, not fine is gone, and therefore I discover in myself, I am okay, I am happy now. So, Dhanam, etc. is merely a catalyst to discover in myself, I am okay, I am fine. But the Sukha is not born of wealth, etc. Sukha I discover in me. Similarly, Dukkha also I discover in me only because of the notion that, and Sukha I discover. Therefore, Dhana, etc., wealth, etc. is not a Sukha hetu. Right? So, Dhana helps me to give up the Dukkhi in me, that's all. The incomplete person, wanting person is me. In me, I am able to give up for a while, I am able to give up. Then there is a discovery of Sukha in me, Sukhi in me. So, Dukkhitva Avarana. Dukkhitva is Avarana. That Avarana Bhanga is there. That Avarana is given up for a while. Right. There was this, the government employees are there, and then there is a periodical pay revision is there. And there is a pay commission, etc. The Indian government has pay commission. They review the payment for the salaries for the government employees. And of course, with the rising cost, etc., once in a few years they have to revise the salaries. And some 20 years ago, the government employees got a very huge hike in their salary. Earlier they were getting some 2,000 rupees per month. Now suddenly they find getting 20,000 rupees per month. Last month 2,000, this month 20,000, a steep rise in the pay they got. And everyone was so happy, thrilled. Of course, yes. Right? So, earlier only 2,000 rupees, now 20,000 rupees. Nowadays, 20,000 is also not much, okay? If you earn 20,000 rupees in Indian rupees, 20,000 per month, then you are below average, okay? Below middle class. Middle class something which earns 50,000, 60,000, 1 lakh rupees per month is a middle class, okay? It's a cost of living, the value for the money anyway. So, they found themselves to be earning so much suddenly. Buying power has gone up so much. They were so thrilled, so happy for a few months. What happened? The prices caught up with the income. What was selling for 10 rupees now was selling for 100 rupees. Prices increased. So prices caught up after a few months. Then again the same 2,000 rupees. Same trap, same setup. Okay? This was, everybody felt that, could see that. So, rise in income, etc. More money, made happy for a while. After that, again same. No, again another pay commission. We want another pay commission, another revision, pay revision. So, dhanam makes us happy, not makes us happy. Makes us discover the happy self in ourselves. It's a catalyst. It's an external factor which helps in dropping the wrong notion, erroneous notion about ourselves for a while. Like they say, the sun is covered by cloud, and then sun appears dull, and then the cloud moves away, wafts away, and then you see the sun as brilliant. So it is not that the cloud going away makes the sun brilliant, nor the cloud coming in makes the sun dull. It does not. The sun appears dull when the cloud covers. And when the cloud moves away, the sun appears to they have become brighter. That's all. That apparent it is not true. It is not really so. The sun is bright. Whether the cloud is there or not there, the sun is bright. But the sun appears to be dull in the presence of the cloud covering, appears to become bright in the absence of the cloud covering. So too, I am innately Ananda Rupa when the avidya, when the ignorance, kama, etc. come, sukha, dukkha, these notions, dehaham, dehabhimana, etc. come, I impute on myself, then I don't seem to be the Ananda Rupa. I don't seem to be the Purna. I seem to be the wanting, ever wanting. Okay? Then, when that goes away, when that is suspended for a while, that notion is suspended for a while, then I can see that I am free, I am happy. So this is what the going away is triggered by the possession, etc., the experience, the possessing, etc. Cause this suspension, temporary suspension of one's own erroneous notion about oneself. This is how sukha comes. And we this impute the sukha to the object. I have this object, I become happy. So this object makes me happy. We impute the cause of happiness to objects without knowing what really happens. So happiness is discovered in me, and the discovery is because of I am always happiness, but then I seem to be unhappy because of the notions, and that notions are removed when I possess this object, when I have this experience. That notion is I suspend. It is not that I have given up for good, I only suspend. Okay? Keep it in the suspension. Therefore, that is not manifest. The wrong notion about me is not manifest. Then I see myself in the true light. I see myself. So, this is the experiential happiness. The experiential happiness is caused by the discovery of one's innate happiness temporarily when the wrong notion about oneself is given up due to presence of something or absence of something. Right? This is the discovery of happiness in oneself. So therefore, this dhana vishayam akansham ma karshihi. Don't continue to pin your sense of wellness, well-being, happiness to possessions or giving up, owning something or discarding something. That is, we pin our sense of happiness to our sense of owning or disowning. That is incorrect. Having discovered the higher truth about myself, I can give up this unnecessary pinning myself, right, to something, owning or disowning. So, dhana vishayam akanksha ma karshihi. And mantra points out why not have this akanksha gridhi. Because yes, kasya svit dhanam. The question is there. Kasya svit dhanam. Two meanings Bhashyakara gives here. The first meaning he gives here. Kasya chit parasya swasya va dhanam makangshihi ityarthaha. Don't covet anybody's wealth. Kasya chit. Kasya svit means kasya chit ityarthaha. Kasya chit of anybody. Anybody means what? Parasya swasya va. Anybody else's wealth, nor your own wealth also. Right. Don't covet others' wealth. No. Don't try to be a possessor of your own wealth also, your own possession also. Don't claim the possessorhood. I am the possessor of this. I am the wielder of this. I am the owner of this, etc. Don't claim. Even that you give up. Parasya swasya va dhanam ma kangshihi ityarthaha. Okay. We will continue this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.